And what we'll do is display version if Drupal has been selected from the technology dropdown. Now, we can keep this element required because Webform is smart enough to know that, okay, if the element isn't shown, well then it won't be required because it's not actually shown. So we can leave it required here. And if a user selects something else, well, they can progress through the form without having version being displayed as a required field. So click on, well, let's edit version and then click on conditions. And then from state, you want to select visible. And you can see all these options here. So you do have a lot of options. So you can make a required field optional. You can make a non-mandatory field required. You can also hide things. But let's make it visible. And then from this dropdown, you have a few options. So you have all, any, or one. Okay. Now, this only really comes into play if you have multiple options. So just imagine you have more than, I think, 3. You want to have more than 3. So if all is selected, that's pretty simple. All of these conditions need to return true. If any is selected, one or many has to return true. If one is selected, then that means only one has to return true. In the past, I've never really mucked around with this because it is pretty hard to explain. Well, it was pretty hard to explain then. Generally, my conditional logic is pretty simple. So I'll leave that set to all. And so if all in the following list is met, so technology, and then value is, and we select Drupal. So this means that if the value of the technology dropdown is Drupal, well then version should be visible. And let's just click on save. And then here you can see an actual visible logic. So from this page, you can straight away see, okay, which element actually has logic in it. And if we go to test and we select Drupal, we should see version right here. If we select WordPress, it's hidden. If we select React, it is hidden. So if somebody asks, can Webform handle conditional fields or conditional logic? Yes, it can.